would like it to happen. But, you know, sometimes you see all these people getting married around you, and you get kind of swept up in it, and you want to get married yourself. Like, I go to the weddings, and I get so happy for them, and I kind of say to myself, oh, I want to get married. You know, I want the dress and the flowers and the diamond jewelry, but then I say to myself, that's not what a marriage is. It's not what it's supposed to be anyway. I mean, to some of these people, that's what it is. I'm not interested in the material things. You know, it's kind of funny. I'm a capitalist, but I'm not a materialist. I mean, I don't think that a marriage is built on flowers and diamonds. I mean, a lot of my friends seem to think the wedding is more important than the marriage. So, you know, it's like I said, I want to get married, but my idea of marriage is very, very different from what their idea of marriage is. So I don't even know if I can compare it, because they see themselves as women who are going to get married and their husband's going to learn in Kollel and they're going to support him and they're going to have babies. That's not what I want to do. I don't even want to have children. So I really have to make sure I like the guy, because I'm not going to have kids to distract me from him. I know some people get married and they hate their husband, but it's okay because they have kids. They can focus on their kids, not me. I have to make sure I really like the guy, because I'm not going to be able to make that excuse.
What do you think of the chances of your becoming froome again?
I've never been asked that before. I have to tell you, I think anything is possible. I'm never see. I'm doing it again. I used to think of life in absolute terms, and I still do to an extent. I don't really know if I could become froome again. I mean, I really don't believe in it. If there was a way for me to believe in it, I mean, if God came down from the sky and did a miracle, I mean, I guess, fine. And he said, okay, Judaism is the true religion, then yes. But until that happens, I don't see it I don't see myself becoming more religious. I just don't see it. I mean, it's certainly possible. I'm not going to rule it out, and I'm not going to say this could never happen to me. But my life is so free now. I love having an open life. I love being able to do what I want, eat what I want, wear what I want, and date who I want to date. And, you know, I love that. And I'm never going to be able to get that while being froome. I'll always be a Jew. I'll always be Jewish, and I'm always going to have a very Jewish identity. But I'm never going to be able to live this free, beautiful life while being froome. I might be able to live a nice life, a good life, but it's not going to be the same thing. And I feel like if I were to go back, I'd be limiting myself. You know, that's mainly what it is. I don't want to limit my life. I have no idea if there's an afterlife. I have no idea if there's something after, you know, our current existence. So I want to live life now. I mean, I'm not going to deprive myself and bank on the fact that there might be something afterward that I'll be punished or rewarded for. And I can't live like that. So I need to live a full life now. And I guess if I were to go back, I'd have to have a damn good reason. I mean, I like I said, I don't see it happening, but it is possible. I'm not going to say it's impossible, because you speak in absolute terms, they'll come back to bite you in the ass.
How active are you in Jewish life today?
It depends on what you call Jewish life. Most of my friends are Jewish. I still listen to Jewish music all the time, which my friends think is hysterically funny. I still read Jewish books. I was, my blog post that I was talking about, the most recent one, we were sitting there and, like, looking through a siddur and, like, reading the translation and, like, comparing translations and what made sense and what didn't. I mean, I still do these things. I'm still, like, very intellectual about it. And I'm so Jewish. I'm so Jewish to the core. I mean, every Friday, I live at home, so I celebrate Shabbos every week. Most of the food I eat is by default kosher, because the house is kosher. My mother is froome, my brother is froome, the people that I live with are froome, and we kind of coexist peacefully, but the basis is a Jewish life, because the house is Jewish and the house is froome. So I guess a lot of my life is Jewish by default. I don't know how Jewish by default it would be if I didn't live at home. I know my sister does some Jewish things. She doesn't live with us. You know, she lives on her own with her daughter, but she comes to us for Shabbos dinner every week. So I guess even the non-froome people they can't really escape it. It's really not something you can escape, because it's identity. I mean, I have a star on my neck that I never take off. I have a Magen David. I don't take it off, because, you know, this is my identity. Even if I don't believe in the religion, it's still my identity. So it's really inescapable. It's really not something you can, even the most. You could be an atheist. You could be a pagan Jew. You're still going to be Jewish. I mean, you can't escape it. So I guess even if I was completely, totally irreligious and didn't do anything Jewish, I still would be doing some Jewish things. You know, everybody, you're still going to have lox and bagels. I mean, you're still going to be doing Jewish things whether you want to or not. It's really inescapable, and I think a lot of people don't want to admit that. People don't want to admit that they're always going to be Jewish. I mean, like, look what happened during the Holocaust. They were secular Jews who had no interest in being religious, and the Nazis came for them and they said, well, hey, I'm not even religious. It doesn't matter. You're still a Jew. You can't escape it. And our enemies are going to remind us of this all the time, and it's true. You can't escape it. You no escape.
Will you eat pig?
Huh?
Will you eat pig?
Will I eat pig? That's a really blunt question. I have eaten it. I don't really like it. I think when you don't grow up with something and you're not used to the taste or the smell of it, and then you encounter it for the first time, it's very repulsive. I hate the smell of pork cooking. I think it's disgusting. And that has nothing to do with religion. I don't like the taste and I don't like the smell. Bacon is all right. I don't understand the fascination with bacon. I know people that think bacon makes everything better. They call bacon meat candy. I mean, they think it's the best thing in the world. I don't understand it. If something is made with a blend of pork, like bologna or whatever, okay, I'll eat it. But I really don't like the flavor on its own. I've tried it, and I'll go into my sister's apartment, and she'll have, like, baby back ribs, you know, and I'll go and I'll say, oh, my God, what's that smell? It's disgusting. And she'll say, oh, no, it's ribs. You want some? I think, no, it's disgusting. People will say, oh, you're so froome. You don't eat pork. But it really has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with the fact that I think it tastes and smells awful, totally awful. Awful, awful, awful.
What about seafood?
Seafood gives me migraines. That could also have to do with the fact that I never ate it my whole life. I have tried seafood, and the one time I had a lot of seafood one night, I was babysitting for my sister, and she made dinner for me. She made this salad with shrimp in it, and I ate it, and I thought it was nice. And then starting immediately the next morning, for the next 3 days, I had a horrific migraine. I thought my head was going to explode. I wanted my friend to shoot me in the face, to take me out of my agony, and I saw my doctor, who's Jewish but not religious, and he said, Tova, this is why we don't eat shrimp. You need to follow these ancient rules. I mean, I have read that shrimp is a migraine trigger for a lot of people, but it could have to do with the fact that I just never grew up with it. Your body's not used to things. I mean, the first time I had a cheeseburger, I got sick because I wasn't used to digesting dairy food and meat food at the same time, because your body uses different enzymes to digest them. So it's, you know, like I say, some of the stuff makes me sick, some of it I don't like. I'll try it, but again, if it makes me ill, I'm not going to go eat it just for the sake of saying I'm a rebel. I mean, that's kind of stupid. I'm not going to do that. I know some people will. Some people will do things against their best judgment just so that they can show how off the derech they are. I don't do that. I don't do things that are going to hurt me. So if it gives me a migraine, it's out.
Are you a Zionist?
Am I a Zionist? Yes. I very much am. As a matter of fact, I used to help run the pro-Israel organization on my college campus. I was a very big deal. I was doing radio interviews. I was giving speeches. I was the target of. We had this anti-Israel group that threatened us. That would go on the news denouncing us. I mean, it was crazy. Yeah, I guess you could call me a Zionist. I mean, the Magen David that I wear says Zion in the middle of it, and it's got like blue and white enamel on it, so it's very Zionistic. My father knew Rabbi Kahana. We have like all of his books in our house. I may not agree with all of them. I have read them though. Yeah, I'm very Zionistic, and it's not even a religious issue. It's, you know, the Jewish people have been living there for thousands of years. They returned. The land was pretty much, you know, a swampy wasteland, and they drained it, and they turned it into this beautiful country. And look, the world hates us. Give us a little piece of land. I don't see the problem with that, and especially because they increased the value of the land so much. I mean, it's not even like they went there and ruined it. They made it better, and they made it more attractive to even the Arab people that were living around there and wanted to move in because the Jews were making the land so much better. And so, yeah, I definitely am a Zionist. I know a lot of people think that's contradictory to be not from anymore and to be a Zionist at the same time.